So I'm gonna be real with you folks. I had a totally different video for you guys last week and this week. But now life's thrown me a curveball and everything's changed. Of course you don't know that because this is just a regular video for you all. But last week I had another video pretty much scripted, filmed, edited. All I needed was to add music and then export the video and post it onto YouTube. And then the software I used to edit my videos basically lost my video. Crashed, and then when I tried to get back into the application, my videos were gone. Super disappointing and really hurt. I thought I was just gonna try and re-edit that video, but to be honest, the way I film these things is kind of hard for me. I might as well just redo it. So now I'm gonna do this video. And so in this video, I wanna talk about why did I choose to become an accountant? Because let's face it, if you walk into a bar with all your friends and their friends and they ask you, hey, what do you do for a living? And you say, I'm an accountant. They're not gonna be like, oh wow, what? You're an accountant? Tell me more. No. And if they do that, we'll walk away because that's freaking weird. I mean, honestly, not that there's anything wrong with being an accountant. I mean, hell, I am one. At the end of the day, I know I have a few subscribers out there. They are, young, soon-to-be accountants in their college years. They're trying to decide if they want to get in a Big Four or become an accountant or, look for reasons as to why to become an accountant. And since I've recently gone through all of that, I just got hired into my first accounting role. I like to kind of share you my story, my thought process, how I got there, and see if you're able to kind of figure out for yourself through this video. So let's get back into the mind frame of me when I made this decision. That was probably when I was 17, a junior, senior year in high school, right? This is a time when everyone's like asking you, it's like, Chris, yeah? What you want to be for the rest of your life? And fair to say, like a lot of people, I was like, I don't know. In elementary school, I thought, I was like, hey, you know what, Mom, I want to be an artist. And then somewhere around middle school, I told my dad, I was like, you know what, I want to be a professional trumpet player. But by the time I was a junior in high school, it's all mature. I told my mom and dad, I was like, Mom and Dad, I want to do something financially responsible for my future. Now, that's kind of half true because I wouldn't say I was incredibly mature. But what was on my mind was, my financial future in the future. Both my parents are accountants. So by the time I was 17 and I had to start applying for colleges, I decided to apply for accounting programs because I saw my parents was like, hey, if they did it, maybe I can too. And so going into senior year, I decided that I'm going to try and pursue accounting. If not accounting, then somewhere in business. But I didn't want to go into my accounting college programs kind of blind. So I made sure in senior year of high school, instead of taking, I think there was like cooking class or some personal finance class, I took an elective accounting one in my high school. I gotta say, I walked out of it. I didn't completely hate it. There was some parts that was pretty monotonous. Some parts that were incredibly frustrating because what we were doing was the manual accounting, and my teacher called this the last of manual accountants because everything's automated now, everything's through a computer. Well, a lot of times we're in this workbook and we're just documenting numbers and stuff like that, and as an accountant, making sure that the trial balance, debits equal credits, holy cow, sometimes you'll be off by like $100. I don't know where these $100 variance is coming from. But despite all the frustrations, I did pretty okay in that class, and I was like, you know what, I think I can give this a shot. At the same time, as I was going through my accounting class in high school and then my first few accounting classes in college, I started to realize something, and that is whether you're an accounting major or not, if you're going into business of any sort, even running your own business, knowing the fundamentals of accounting are really, really important. I mean, think of business school and all the different majors as a band, right? Business school is the band and all different majors, maybe the econs, the trumpet, and marketing's the flute and whatnot, together they make an ensemble. But accounting is teaching you how to read the financial statements, or in this case, read the music. So just like understanding a song, if you want to learn how to create music or play a song, you gotta know how to read music. You gotta know how to write that. Well, that's kind of like accounting. If you want to know how to run a business or understand what you're looking at when you're looking at a business and its financials, well, you got to know a little bit about accounting, a little bit about the fundamentals. And so although you may be thinking of studying accounting or you're studying accounting right now, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be an accountant forever. You can move into so many different things. Accounting is so broad. Theoretically, if you know how to read music, then you can learn a different instrument or you can learn that instrument. So if you know accounting, then you can kind of have the basics, at least the basics, to kind of move into other areas within business. I mean, at least that's what I think now. Nothing has really come at me to contradict that, but that's definitely what I thought back then, and it really helped me kind of get through my accounting courses. In high school and in college, not really knowing what I kind of wanted to do, took solace that accounting was super broad. So if I didn't like one area of accounting, if I didn't like auditing, then I could one day move into something else, and accounting is super broad, so I never felt pigeonholed. Whereas like for marketing, I felt like I had to be a marketer, or econ, I had to be an economist. I mean, maybe it was just my little brain thinking, but to me, accounting was super broad, so it gave me solace that I could do multiple things I wanted to, or pivot into multiple directions within my career. So with the idea in mind that I didn't want to choose a career path that might bring me financial hardship later down in my life, I decided to kind of just take the easy route and do what my parents did, kind of follow in their footsteps. It seemed like they did pretty well. Maybe I could do the same and maybe a little bit better, a little different, I don't know. But now that I finished all my accounting courses, I graduated college, and I'm now working as a professional, I can definitely attest that, yeah, you know, as an accountant, financial stability definitely is very feasible. And something that I said when I was in college and still say now is that I never at any point was like, oh man, I love accounting. I love all these CPA books and I can't stop studying. At no point did it ever feel like that. Frankly, I don't feel like I need to love every single moment or every single class in order for me to enjoy this kind of career. Because at the end of the day, although accounting skills are very important, so are, you know, your ability to problem solve, critically think, and deal with people, your people skills. Every day is a new and different challenge, and it's frankly kind of exciting. By no means do I ever think that what I do I could describe as sexy. I don't think accounting is sexy, but it is interesting. I'm fairly new into my career, so every day when I do something, I'm typically doing it for the first time, and I'm generally feeling pretty confused and feeling pretty stupid. But when I finally can figure it out, it feels great. It's like, yes, awesome. What I like to think is that accounting's providing me a decent foundation. So that's it. Pretty short video for you guys today, but I hope it helped. Let me know down in the comments, you know, why you chose accounting or if this helped in any way. Anyways, feel free to ask questions. I don't mind. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. And with that, have a good day, guys.